Peeps, welcome to another vlog. I just wanted to tell you quickly what's going on today. So in the last video that you saw, we ended up doing some really simple repairs to a storm drain. Today we're actually going to come in, redo that storm drain from the bottom all the way up to the top where it goes through the roof. And I just want to show you some of the material that we have ready. We got ourselves some 3-inch System 15. We have 4-inch System 15. We got our ladder going right there. We have a bunch of fittings that are System 15 as well. What we're going to have to do is we're going to have to actually end up running out to the supplier to get a bunch more System 15 pipe in order to be able to finish this job correctly. But what I do want to do is show you exactly how we're going to be supporting everything, and we have a couple of cool things that we typically go towards when we're dealing with commercial rebuilds or repairs. So come, let's take a look at that. Okay peeps, so this is what I wanted to show you. When you're dealing with pipes, you always need to support them, and I just want to show you the types of supports that we're using today. Today we're going to be using something called a beam clamp. So when you come to a beam, the beam has a very thin edge, and what you're able to do is slide this guy over the beam and then tighten him to it, crank it tight with a set of pliers, and then you can actually take this nut and then lock it so that it's not going to move anywhere. Then you take a 3/8 rod and you thread it right through this bad boy right here, and on the end you end up having a nice little teardrop hanger. Now we're going to be working with 3 and 4-inch diameter pipe today, so this teardrop hanger is going to be much larger. We got to go out and get it, but I just wanted to show you the system of the 3/8 threaded rod, which is so cool, because what we also do is when you have to deal with a vertical pipe, I mean this is perfect for horizontal, but when you're dealing with vertical, you can also buy these plates. Now these plates have 2 screws that go in, and then this right here is also designed for a 3/8 threaded rod. So just to show you, you can actually take a 3/8 rod and thread it into this bad boy right here, and then you'll put something like a riser clamp on the 2 of these, and then you can actually clamp the pipe like so to make sure that it doesn't move up and down. So these are the 2 types of systems we're going to be using today, which is crucial because as you saw in the last video, the plumbers that had done those didn't support the pipe whatsoever, which makes it really dangerous for anybody who's about to go in and do repairs. So let's go have some fun, let's get to work, and let's do some delicious plumbing. Oh, and by the way, peeps, you know what to do, baby. Let's go! Alrighty, got all the material. Now let's get going and do some work. Kenny Molotov here in the studio, and I wanted to talk to you about what's going on in this video because there are going to be two actual installs that you're going to see. You just saw the storm drain come in. I wasn't able to get all the footage I was hoping to, but I just want to remind you what exactly is happening with the storm drain, and then I'm going to talk to you about the next installation you're about to see. So peeps, we're currently working for a commercial building that has these beams that go from the top of the building all the way down to the bottom. Now they're planning on getting a brand new crane system installed, and here's the issue that they're currently dealing with and the reason why we're there. So they have these storm drains that come down from the roof and they hug the beams on the way down, and then they 45 into the ground and they go out to the storm system outside. The difficulty that they're running in with, the current way these storm drains are installed, they're interfering with the new crane system that's about to come in. So what they had asked us to do essentially is take these storm drains and run them on the other side of the beam. And that's exactly what you're looking at right here. So what my father has done without being on camera is, instead of getting the 90 to come to this beam just like so, he essentially extended it so that it came to the other side of the beam, and then he put a riser clamp down so that when we ran the storm drain on the other side, this riser clamp would actually hold on to the storm drain as it was coming down. And what you're seeing in this video is us coming down, hitting a 45-degree offset, and then coming down on this side of the beam. And the reason why we had to hit that offset was because the storm drain actually came down from the ground and 45'd up. We couldn't really change the length of the distance from the bottom underground, so we opted to do that above ground with our vertical pipe with these two 45-degree offsets. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the footage of the clamps that were going on, but there were two clamps, as I told you before. As the 90 came down, Dad had opted to put in a beam clamp and a teardrop hanger to hold it, and then he also put two threaded rods and a riser clamp, which sort of clamps the pipe as it goes through it, just like so, almost like it's grabbing it and making sure that it doesn't move up and down vertically or left and right horizontally either. So the second installation you're gonna see is something that Dad and I don't do very often. We got a very large commercial sink which had 5 faucets attached to it. It's stainless steel, it's a beautiful unit, and it was custom ordered. Now these sort of sinks are pretty expensive, and we got our hands on one, and what we're about to do is install it, but we've never installed a sink of this magnitude before. We've done 2 and 3 compartment sinks for kitchens and commercial kitchens, but we've never actually done a specialty wash station like this. So it was a lot of fun, but there was a little of learning going on. So the sink that we have looks like so from the front view. Comes in just like this, comes in like that, and you're gonna have 5 faucets, 2, 3, 4, 5 that come up with their goosenecks just like so people can wash their hands. The owner of the building noticed that there's usually a lineup in the washrooms for hand washing as people are going to get their lunches, etc. So he wanted to make it as efficient as possible for everybody to get in, wash their hands, and get out as quickly as possible. So we have a 3-inch pipe that actually comes up from the floor just like so, and it goes out to the sewer outside. But we also had installed in a previous video a floor drain which comes in and connects into this drain just like so as well. And this floor drain is going to have a floor drain primer, which is actually connected into the sink itself, into one of the faucets. We have a floor drain primer because over time, floor drains tend to lose their seal if they don't take on any water. The reason why we opted for a floor drain in this area is because there's a wash station there. At some point, water will hit that ground, so we figured it might be useful for the janitor to have a floor drain so that he or she can mop now into the floor drain if they need to. But we put in a floor drain primer and connected it to one of the faucets in case it doesn't get water over time. That way it doesn't lose its seal and sewage gas doesn't come back into the building and start bothering the people working there. Now this pipe right here, just so you know, is actually 3-inch, and the outlet on the sink is an 1.5-inch hole designed for an 1.5-inch trap. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect into this 3-inch pipe with a 3x3 by 1.5 TY, and then the vertical portion of the drain is going to be its vent. It's gonna run underneath the sink just like so, and then it's gonna come up above flood level rim, and it's gonna connect to another existing vent that's already inside the building. So just so you can see all the sizing, you have a 3-inch pipe coming up, you have a 3-inch floor drain, you have an 1.5-inch heat trap, and you're gonna also have an 1.5-inch vent. So it's not too complex of an installation, and the drainage isn't too complex either, but it hits all the things that you need. I hope you like this explanation and enjoy the rest of the video.
Bye.